Hi, this video is from interview.com. Interview.com is a job portal. In this video, I'm going to talk about what is enable AspectJ AutoProxy in AOP. In aspect-oriented programming, I want to briefly say about aspect-oriented programming. I want to separate the concerns. Say I have my business logic class and have logging, tracing, auditing, security. So I don't want to club these two layers together. Instead of that, I want to separate these concerns from the business logic. Say for example, I have my hotel service classes and I want to add logging here. I want to add the logging or tracing here. I don't want to include the code here mix together. This is my business class, and with some configuration I can add my tracing portion of the code here. I can do that. I can enable that using aspect-oriented programming. That's just a brief about AOP. It's a very big topic. I'm just giving you a gist. So what is enable AspectJ AutoProxy? Enable support for handling components marked with AspectJ annotation. I have aspect written, so this is my concern. So this is my tracing code which I want to mingle with the business class. So this is my business class. I want to add, say for example, in this method, add method, I want to log this method. Whenever this method is called, I want to log a trace, and if it ends, I want to log a trace. So this is my business logic method, and I have my aspect here. Okay, so before trace before method, and I have some clue. I'm giving some clue to the Spring framework. Okay, execute before this method. So I'm just giving some clue to the Spring framework, so that whenever this method is called, Spring will create the proxy and it will execute this method. So this is about aspect. So you have to have this annotation at the configuration class, otherwise what will happen is this aspect will not be identified during the Spring container comes up. Okay, so this is very important. You have to enable the AspectJ AutoProxy. Then the second point is enable AspectJ AutoProxy ensures that tracing aspect will be properly processed. This is my aspect and this should be properly processed. For that you need this one. That hotel service will be proxied mixing in that way that it contributes. So in order that aspect in your program will work and process properly, you need enable AspectJ AutoProxy annotation. Users can control the type of proxy that gets created for hotel service using proxy target class attribute. The following enables CGI lib style subclass proxies as opposed to the default interface based JDK proxy. There are two types of approaches. One is CGI lib style and the other one is JDK proxy. So by default it is JDK proxy. You can change it actually using this attribute. If you say proxy target class is equal to true, then CGI style will be used. Before that, just want to tell you how exactly the AOP works. Say this is my target method. In this case, add hotel is my target method. Okay, now what will happen is a proxy will be created and my target method will be called. So based on the advice that I have configured here, okay, so in the wrapper method, say for example, if I configure before method, then these methods will be called and then my method will be called. So what they are doing internally is they are injecting some of the code before calling my method. Okay, they won't call this, the Spring won't call this method directly. The Spring will call this method using a proxy. So in the proxy, what will happen is if there are any aspect code will be called first, then my target method will be called. So that's how they are able to achieve AOP in my code. Hope this video is useful. Thank you and all the best.